Welcome back, race fans. It is July 11th. It is 7-Eleven Day. Happy 7-Eleven Day. Go get a Slurpee. After the race is over, we are live from the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. And we must say, even with the valiant efforts of all of the brave firefighters out trying to help our Canadian neighbors out with their hotboxing issue, somehow they have escaped. That smoke has infiltrated our race tonight. Nah, just kidding. But welcome in, everybody. This is Joe Donahue here bringing you live coverage of the Virtual Pennsylvania Speedweek here in iRacing. We've got a great show for you tonight. We are at Williams Grove Speedway in the virtual Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and we've got 30 laps to make tonight's show as best as we can. As I've stated a few times in this Speedweek Championship, what the guys are doing are they are trying to mimic to the best of their ability the real-world conditions that we raced in throughout the course of the actual Pennsylvania Speedweek. And in regard to that, the Canadian wildfires were a fairly significant factor in the conditions that we saw during Speedweek. So somebody put their two people combined their brain cells to figure out how to simulate the look of the smoke at the racetrack. And honestly, looks like they did a pretty good job. We can go ahead and take a second here while we're starting up. The guys are in hot laps. They're just putting in a few laps each car to buzz the track a little and get it worked in, ready to go for the rest of the show tonight. Why don't we go through the points as they run? So Tyler Schell won last time in a nail-biter, very close run to the line. He goes 2 for 3 on the week. However, Tyler Schell has stated that he is not going to be attending the rest of Speedweek. So he is the championship leader, but will not be running for the championship. Jack Young somehow got enough points to put himself in second. I think those are early in the night points because he's had pretty good performances, but not second place in the championship, that's for sure. But nonetheless, he's in second. He's run all the races. He's got all the features. He's gotten a couple top 10s, I think top 5 even. Nathan Davis in third had a abysmal start to the night last night and was able to rally up into a top 10. Mason Hannigan went second, so he's got a first place and a second place on his docket. That's what puts him in fourth. And Ryan Scheidt with some nice runs in fifth. Trevor Royers had good runs. He's sixth. Chris Fritz seventh, Mr. Consistency. Alex Szerzynski getting up through the points tally. Kevin Click ninth. Brett Strickler, who I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that he is as low as he is in the championship standings with the runs he's had. I guess actually maybe not, because he did miss that first race because he got absolutely punted. But that's the top 10 in points coming into race number 4. So we have eclipsed the halfway point, and we are on the countdown now. Some new names, some old names out on the racetrack. Ryan Scheidt right here. Mentioned him in the top 10. Kenny Hoffman made his first appearance of the week last night at USA. We got a couple new names out on the track. A nice-looking Zemco tribute machine here for Joseph Grandy in the 518 car. Looks good. I always like a good Zemco-esque car. Got some other guys out here. Jeremy Zarfos right there beside him. Fastest so far in hot laps. He's been at all 3 events thus far. He's getting into it in hot laps already, making contact. That's great. Now we're about to see somebody else on track here that we hadn't seen yet. Oh, here, how about... Let's go with Mr. Althoff, Zach Althoff. Come on, play the thing for me. There it is. The number 417 car making its debut for the first time since a interesting calamity at Cedar Lake. So his second appearance of the week. NOS Energy on the side. I don't want to say that acronym until I know what it stands for, because I don't want to get in trouble. Bryson Haw is back with us in the car number 76, highlighted with the lime, Rowdy Energy on the top, whatever it says on the side, can't read it. AXS, I guess. We'll go with that. Ken Baum Jr., he's here, first watch, number 22K. Mason Hannigan is in the nettaxi.com car again tonight. him and his teammate, Alec Strzezinski, they're pitted beside each other. We'll have to see if they can make a run like they did last night. Maybe Mr. Strzezinski will learn a thing or two from his experience running those tires out early. Ryan Broderick is here. We saw Mark Broderick show up at one point this week. Mark Broderick's son, Ryan, is here tonight. Nathan Davis is back with us, third in points. Ernie Williams Jr., a guy who probably at this point honestly should have a win to his name, or at least a better finish than what he's had. He is with us tonight. I think we are registered up to 30, so that's not too bad. 30 cars registered in with us at the moment. I think we're still open, but I'm not sure if we're going to see any more people coming in, as the time that they've been allotted to get in here is, well, it's pretty long, and that's why we're sitting here chilling. So why don't we just step aside for a quick second instead of trying to fill the air with my old-ass voice, and we will play a little bit of tunage and chill until it is time for time trials. Don't go anywhere. We got about 80 of you watching here with us. We appreciate everybody coming in to support these guys and support this series. We will be right back in just a couple seconds, so don't go nowhere. And we're back on it. We got one car out on track. Just to cut back to Tyler File here, and he's slowing, so he's going to stop driving a race car. But we got a minute and a half about left before we move over to time trials, which is one of the most hectic and enjoyable parts of the night, at least up here in the booth. We love spotlighting the drivers and giving them all opportunities to show off their sponsors and partners, and so we will be doing that in, about a minute? Tyler File is a name we have seen a couple times this week. He's run every race so far. Car number 94. That's one to watch, I would say, for solid positioning at the end of a night. I'm not actually sure if Tyler runs like a micro sprint or anything. Hyper Racing is based out of Lewisberry. They build micros, and they service those who race micro sprints. It's a pretty cool company. I tried to work there once. It didn't quite work out, but that's okay. I have a good job. I like where I work now. Yeah. Only car we can look at right now at all. We want to thank some of the partners of this Virtual Pennsylvania Speedweek quickly before we move over into time trials. We want to thank the Pennsylvania Posse iRacing Esports League for putting it on, Jeremy Zarfos Photography and the Turn 2 Terribles for supporting it. I want to thank B-Blaze Vintage, Matt Faust on YouTube, 47 Technology for supporting the broadcasts from this end, all the guys who show up to the races, and everybody watching along with us on YouTube. It's been fun so far. We are halfway in. We are 3 races from the end of it. And I know there's a couple people out there watching and ready to go, as let's go ahead and skip over into the time trials portion of the night. So they will go either 1 or 2 at a time. It should be 2 at a time. And let's start with, let's get this up here. Who's first? Qualifying's already started here, so I got to pull this up quickly. They do a pill draw every night to put the order together for who's going to run when. And it started, oh, I should have guessed. Seems like this guy always gets the first draw. Where is his name? There it is. So, he is out of Danville in the Turn 2 Terribles. Jim Barr, Seamless Guttering, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, PA Posse iRacing Paints by Tunican number 12. It's Jimmy Barr. Mr. Barr all the way to the top of the racetrack and into the wall pretty significantly there. He actually hit it so hard he jumped out of the course, so he's going to have to reset and start again. So why don't we go ahead and check out the other car out on track right now. It's might be Rylan Gray? No, it is. I don't think it is because he is not showing as present. Is this car out on track? It is. Okay, so no Rylan Gray tonight, but we've got Benjamin Wirt. Benjamin Wirt coming out onto the racetrack. Apparently somebody already put in a qualifying time. Somebody who we've never seen. Dylan Mirando, I'm going to call Mirando, here on the number 27X car. Put in a lap. I guess he was at the top of the order. Didn't see his name up there, so wonder what that's about. Jimmy Barr should be out on the track as Mr. Wirt goes. No, Jimmy's not out on track. So Benjamin Wirt goes quickest. 17.488 for Wirt, and he's done with his qualifying run. We'll get this together at some point here, don't you worry. William Hobart should be next up on the track, driving the number 13. With Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, and stints built on this machine, this is William Hobart out of Lewisberry, Pennsylvania. Hobart to the line here. Let's see what kind of a lap time we get out of him. In car number 13, he goes second quick with a 17.504. Other car out on track, driving the number 31 car tonight. He is representing a new partnership with DK Bumpers. On the top of this one, a bunch of goofballs trying to put together a bulldozer. But he's also sponsored by High Performance Lubricants, Baps Paints, M&M Painting and Construction, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, and Livewire Customs. This is a Brent Marks Sim Racing team, number 31. Out of Bedford, Andrew May down the back chute. He went fastest on his first lap with a 4.84 to a 4.88 from Wirt. Will he go better this time? He will. This is a 17.444 for Andrew May, goes to the top of the board. Him and Hobart put in their times. Hobart, third quick, 17.504 for Hobart, as he pulls into the track, in to get out of the way and back into the pits. Coming around turn 4 in the number 22K out of Newville, Pennsylvania, the Take-Two Motorsports First Watch Turn 2 Terribles machine with Jeremy Zarfos Photography and Project Zero on it. This is Ken Baum Jr. Ken Baum Jr. out of turn number 4. Nice camera angle here. Past the stripe for his first lap, 17.750. Goes fifth quick of 5. Not the time that Ken Baum Jr. wanted to see. Let's check in with the other driver out on the racetrack now. I have to pull his name out of this list somewhere. I don't see George Wood. Wait for somebody to put a lap time up. Ken Baum goes around a second time. It's not quicker. So the 7.50 stands. And to the line one more time. Any better? It looked like it was better. And it was 17.711. Does not go quicker than 5th place, but his time's better. Next car out on track, AXS on the side, Rowdy Energy on top. Number 76 car, this is Bryson Haw. Bryson Haw in the white and black with lime accents, number 76. First lap puts him second quick, 17.470 for Haw. Into 3 and 4, we'll check in with the other car out on track right now. Driving the number 518, looks like a Zemco car. This is Joseph Grandy. Joseph Grandy following, I guess James Tenorelli decided it was time to go, even though he's not scheduled to go in front of Grandy. He's scheduled to go behind him. Grandy, 13.371 is what's showing on the board. That's not correct. That's an outlap. Let's check in with James Tenorelli since he was so impatient to get out here. what is it? Glenn's Hot Wings and Coors Banquet on the number 76. Driver out of New Jersey goes third quick. We got plenty of Jersey drivers coming out to this racetrack in due time. Does not look like Grandy got a lap in without hitting a wall, unless my timing and scoring's all botched, which it might be. Who knows? So Grandy went, Haw went, Tenorelli went. And next up, we can look to see... Well, there goes David Smeal, but let's check in with this guy. Driver of the number 10N for Brent Marks Sim Racing, Maxim Chassis, Babs Paints, Fredericksburg, Eagle Hotel, Jeremy Zarfos Photography. The 10N out of Thomasville is Jack Young. Jack Young, brother to Nicky Young. White and blue on this one. I like the blue wings on the white body. It looks nice. First lap time goes quickest. That's quick time for Jack Young, with a 17.357 up to the top of the board. Check in with the other driver out on the racetrack right now, driving the Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, Fanatec. Number 72, out of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. This is the PA Posse iRacing Zone, David Smeal Jr. Smeal goes fourth quick, 17.457. Young's second lap in with the 4.91 is not quicker, so he stays at the top. See if he can do a little better next time. David Smeal Jr. here, FDS they call him sometimes. I think this is the 72 car back to the line again, and he does not go better. 17.77 or 7.53, excuse me, to a 17.457 will hold at fifth place for David Smeal Jr. Okay. Next up on track should be Zach Althoff, or he should be already. He's already out on track. Guys, you got to follow the order. What are we doing? Alex Szerzynski, as we try to figure it out, he goes quickest on his second lap because we were all out of whack there. Szerzynski with a 17.132, and let's check in with this number one car. One of the many number one cars we see in this grouping. This is Kenny Hoffman. Scored as the 11. Kenny Hoffman puts up a 17.516. He goes to 10th quick. And Zach Althoff drops one spot, actually, as the other car out on track, out of Newark, Delaware, I believe that's correct, Newark, Delaware, in the pretty much blank, number 65, Chris Fritz, in the good running with the championship. He was third quick, and Kenny Hoffman said, I can do one better. He goes second quick with a 17.224. Fritz coming around again. Let's see if he can get a little better. He's running the bottom side of the racetrack. Will that benefit him to the stripe this time? It does not. 17.463 for Fritz. Okay, let's run in order now. Next up on track, and he is driving car number 15. He is representing the M&M Painting and Construction, Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, Babs Paints, number 15 car. I'm only assuming this is a Brent Marks Racing Sim Team. It is the Brent Marks Sim Team car. That's Michael Sheridan. He goes 12th quick with lap number 1. Up on the board. Sheridan with black and green, the Wrecking Machine. Falls one spot to the other car out on track right now. To the stripe. Looked like it was better. It was 17.422. Goes 5th quick for Michael Sheridan. And the other car out on track, another Brent Marks Sim Racing Team machine. This is the number 19 out of Windsor, representing M&M Painting and Construction, Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, and Babs Paints. It's the co-host of the Turn 2 Terribles. This is Jeremy Zarfos. I heard he's okay on the back end of a camera. Not sure how he's looking on the front end. But he goes to second quick with a 17.217. Not terrible for Zarfos. All right, next out onto the track. He's made one appearance so far in this Speedweek, driving car number 17. Fortunately, he's scored that way as well. Embroidery designs on it in, Comic Sans? All right. A dollar store equivalent of the Sheldon Haudenschild's car, Tyler Isley, with a 17.827 around the first time. American flag helmet. Do America a little bit prouder than that, Tyler. 17 is in 17th, and it will go up one spot to 16th. Other car out on track. Got to bring it back to the nettaxi.com. Number 1 who goes to the top of the board with his first lap, the 1X out of Pittsboro, Indiana. For Black Diamond Motorsports, that's Mason Hannigan going quicker on his first lap, actually, than his second. 16.983, so somebody broke down into the 16 bracket, and it was, of course, a first place and a second place to his name, Mason Hannigan. Driving an absolutely phenomenal car. I know the Wolflings that ran the Lebanon Pattern Shop. That's great. I love that. We're skipping out of the session. Brad Spittle in car number 56, the Lebanon Pattern Shop car, dropping out. Connection problem, maybe. Other car out on track. We're used to seeing this one up front. Driving the number 10 car for Black Diamond Motorsports. Tim Sims, Black Diamond Motorsports, totally tinted. Get that right. Ultimate Dirt TV, the number 10 here. That's Ryan Scheidt, black and white with blue. And that's going to end Scheidt's run. Brad Spittle, however you say it. Connection issues. He's on the track there. The Wolflings own Lebanon Pattern Shop. LPS Racers. They build chassis for some of the guys out there that do pretty well, like Freddie Raymer as an example. I don't know if that was classified information, but I see Bobby. I see you down there. Haha. See Bobby Blazers watching. Bobby's been running these races in a car number 90. He is. See now, we're supposed to be pulling out onto the racetrack here, my guy. I think we're gonna go to. Let's try Scheidt was before Gebhardt. Ernie Williams Jr. is out there. I don't think Gebhardt is here. Yes, he is. He just put a lap time in. Black Diamond Motorsports, ABR Setup Shop, number 91. This is Ernie Williams Jr. Ernie Williams Jr. back to the line again. White and purple are highlighting the yellow on this car. Goodness gracious. He goes 16th quick. Mark Gebhardt. Where are we going, Mark? Oh, Lord. 17.943 holds for him in 20th position. That's a tough break. Not a good lap for him. Ernie Williams Jr. not getting a good lap either. Okay, 2 more cars out on the racetrack. Let's check in with Christopher Lynn. I think that was who that car was I saw in the background. We don't have anybody out on the racetrack. Nope. Can I get one of these guys? I'm trying. Click on the button. There we go. Tyler File out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Tyler File, Hyper Racing, Letterworks, Hoosier Tire on this machine. Car number 94, 15th quick. And the other car out on track, we saw him a little bit earlier, sitting in the pit lane, Ultimate Dirt TV. Tim Sims, Black Diamond Motorsports. Trevor Royer in car number 90. Trevor Royer goes 4th quick with his best first lap. Will he go better the second time around? Most people don't. He does not either. File moves up to 13th place on the grid. Okay, now I honestly have no idea who this is supposed to be. Oh, never mind. I know who this is supposed to be. Driving the Ryan Smith car, the BJD Motorsports car in real life. He's out of Wayne, Pennsylvania. Red Robin on the side. This is Ryan Broderick making his debut for the week. Ryan Broderick down the back chute. He has yet to put up a time. File pulling into the infield. Other car out on track is one of our Hoosiers. As Broderick goes 22nd quick, let's check in with the car that's up near the top of the point standings. He had a terrible start to the evening last night, but he ended up rebounding to a top 10. Nathan Davis in car number 36, Ultimate Dirt TV on the side of that one as Ryan Broderick pulls off the racetrack. Nathan Davis puts up his second lap time. Not better. The first will stand at a 17.482 for Nathan Davis. Broderick put up a 17.8 flat, and that's going to be it for him. As Davis comes around again, not going to be quicker, but close. Next out on the track, the orange and white number 96 car. Andrew Lotz, he made an appearance with us last night in the goodness gracious, in the Arrow Lake machine. And tonight he's back at it. We'll see what the number 96 car can do as he is out on the track and sharing, or he was supposed to be sharing with Alex Robinson. Or maybe Dakota Kuhn, actually. Is Kuhn out there? Yeah, he is. There we go. Everybody's running out of wax tonight. We're missing people and whatever. People are getting a little vigilant. Water treatment by design, State Farm Insurance, Acceleration Motorsports, Sim Division, car number 95. This is Dakota Coon. Dakota Coon coming to us with State Farm on the front and alloy wheel repair on the side. Familiar car. This one mimics Jordan Givler's machine in real life, as this is a crew member to that car. Dakota Coon goes 23rd quickest, and A&D Lots ended up 25th quickest. So we are left with, we'll see if, man, why do we all sign up for this stuff and then don't show up for it? Got a lot of people doing that. I think everybody has qualified except for 2. And one of them is this guy in the Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, PA Posse I Racing, number 32 car out of Mechanicsburg, Christopher Lynn, home track for him, as we are in Mechanicsburg virtually. And the other car out on track goes 6th quick. Lynn running the low line, doing a Deweese line. We're still looking for someone to try the Devon Borden line, and we are going crazy. ABR setup shop, beer line on the side, 13X. Scored as the 27. Aiden beer line. P6 at the very end of the session. That's pretty impressive. So Grandy, Barr, and Spittle all went out already. So that's everybody for time trials. Your top 10, Mason Hannigan, Alex Zerzinski, Jeremy Zarfos, Trevor Royer, Kenny Hoffman, Aiden Beerline, Chris Fritz, Jack Young, Ryan Scheidt, and Michael Sheridan. Your top 10 as we finish qualifying. 31 cars. 3 did not get in lap times that worked. And unfortunately, you only get 2 laps to do it. I see Bobby down there. Bobby says he's having beef with Dakota Coon. That's a shame. And Brandon Litz, see you in there too. Appreciate the kind words. We're trying to put good content out there for these guys and have good broadcasts to show off what's going on in this series. Tonight is the once we're done, halfway point of broadcasting for this week, which is bittersweet, but it's nice to have downtime sometimes. But it's even better to be around a bunch of goofballs who like car racing, because that's all we really are. So the heat races will come next. We are going to have 4 of them. Should be about 8 or 7 cars per heat. Unless actually they decide they just want to do 3. No, they're going to do 4. So we're going to do 4 heat races. The fastest qualifier from each heat race is going to be going from 4th, and they will flip 3rd and 1st. So we're going to have, for the first one, Mason Hannigan was the fastest qualifier. He will not start from pole. He will start from 4th. The pole sitter for the first heat race of tonight will be the guy who scored in 3rd right there, Kenny Hoffman, in the number 1 car out of Pennsylvania. Starting on his outside will be Ryan Scheidt in the number 10, white, black with blue. Then starting 3rd will be the Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, number 72, machine of David Smeal Jr. 4th place out of Pittsburgh, Indiana will be Mason Hannigan. He was 2nd last night in the NetTaxi.com car. Nathan Davis will start from 5th place, running for that championship, so trying to get as much as he can out of these heat races. Dylan Mirando, in his first event of the week, will go from 6th. 7th will be Dakota Coon in car number 95, water treatment by design, alloy wheel repair on the side of it. And Joseph Grandy is out of New York. He will go from the tail to start the first heat race of his week. So now they're lining up. We'll have to wait and see if the pace truck pulls off in just 1 lap or if we have 2. All right, let's get rolling. A little prematurely. David Smeal trying to move out of the way so that he can get handicapped. I see there's a 10% chance of rain. If this was realistic, it would be a 30% chance of rain. Well, if this was a realistic one, it would be raining, because that was all Speedweek was. But I appreciate the remarks, Bobby. That's positive. They're moving the cars to the back pit. That's funny. That did happen. We watched that. Bobby and I were chilling in turn 1 and 2, and we just started seeing, well, they came over the intercom and warned everybody of what was going on. And then we saw everybody pull their trucks and cars around and go to the back chute and turn the pits in the back end of the pits. So anyway, I digress. Green flag's coming out. Heat race number 1. We're underway with some racing tonight. Let's go. Into turn number 1, Kenny Hoffman with an excellent lead. Mason Hannigan going to move to the way bottom side of the racetrack. He's going to go 2 for 1 in that corner. Kuhn out of shape down the back chute. Hannigan looking for even better here. Hoffman slams the door, and Scheit's going to use some momentum around the top side. 1 lap down, it goes Hoffman, Scheit, Hannigan, Davis, and the final transfers David Smeal Jr. as it stands. Smeal in the 72 car. Davis in front of him in the 36, needs points. Hannigan trying to get around Kenny Hoffman. I have never seen a car hook up that hard. Turns 3 and 4. Hoffman can get that car way down low. Scheit, look out. Momentum on the top might put the number 10 car in front. Will Hoffman slide up? Doesn't want to give a run to Mason Hannigan. Does not do it. He stays in the lead. But I think in turns 1 and 2, the place to be is the top side. You can see because Hoffman tried to slide up the racetrack to block a line from Scheit, and it didn't work. Slider lines like that are often not forgiving. Scheit goes to the top step. Hannigan moves into P2 as we're halfway through it. Hannigan looking for a run on the inside. Big time contact for Hoffman in the inside, or the outside wall, excuse me. Hoffman's still going to try to hustle Hannigan, but Ryan Scheit leads with 3 to go now. Let's check in at the transfer area. David Smeal Jr., the 5th of 5. No real contention from Dakota Kuhn behind him. Looks like Joseph Grandy is not on the racetrack, so we are down to 6 in this one. Down to 6 cars out on track. Mason Hannigan, as we were looking backwards, made a run for the money at the top step. Scheit, oh, Hoffman is just getting up on that wall. The topside momentum is definitely carrying Ryan Scheit, but Hannigan's making way on the bottom. Past the stripe that time, Hannigan led. White flag came out for him. So let's see what happens now. Scheit off the top. Is he going to come down and block that line from Hannigan? He is not. He's going to stay up top and try to run momentum. Checkered flag's going to come out, and he will get the run off the top. Ryan Scheit going to win heat race number 1 for the night over Mason Hannigan, Kenny Hoffman, Nathan Davis, and David Smeal Jr. gets that final transfer. The only one out that finished, Dakota Kuhn over Grandy and Mirando, and that's the first heat race of the night. Second one, 8 cars. Let's line them up and see how they start. Out of Allentown, well, let me bop this around. Driving the number 27 car from the pole. Out of the Virginias, that's interesting. We got someone from the Virginias coming out here. Scored as the 27. It's actually the 13X. Eden Beerline. Starting to his outside in car number 15, the M&M Painting and Construction. Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, Baps Paints, it's number 15, car 15 for Michael Sheridan of Brent Marks Racing Sim Team. Starting third will be the guy who's scheduled to start first by the invert here from Allentown, Pennsylvania, the Hyper Racing Letterworks Hoosier Tire, number 94, Tyler File. And starting fourth, the fastest in this group, representing Black Diamond Motorsports in the number 23 car. This is Alex Straczynski going off from 4th place. Behind them, Benjamin Wirt in the 14 Mobile One Napa Auto Parts car, then Tyler Isley in the black number 17. Ryan Broderick in the Ryan Smith BJD Motorsports car starts 7th and 8th place on it. Going to be Jimmy Barr from Danville. Turn 2 Terribles, Jim Barr. Seamless Guttering, Jeremy Zarfos Photography. PA Policy iRacing, Paints by Tunican. Green flag is out. Let's get it. 8 more laps. Benjamin Wirt looks tight as hell. That's how we like it. And to the line. Your leader for lap number 1 is Hayden Beerline. ABR setup shops on the side of this one. And look out. Battle for third. I would say those are two of the powerhouse teams. You've got Alex Rzinski representing Black Diamond Motorsports. You've got Michael Sheridan representing the Brent Marks Racing Sim team. They are battling with each other right behind Tyler File, who I believe is an independent. Not 100% sure on that one. Aiden Beerline has not been here yet this week, and we're starting to wonder why, because he is off and clear. Further back, the transfer battle heating up. Jimmy Barr having a little bit of a connection issue temporarily, as he's looking at the number 17 of Tyler Isley. Isley in the final transfer. Jimmy Barr looking for a way around him. Green, lime, and white with a gold leaf number. Love the number. Old school. End to the inside. Here he comes. A little bit of grip on the bottom. They're side by side at the line with 3 laps left, excuse me. Barr trying to find a way to push Isley up a little bit without giving him extra momentum. He lost it in turns 1 and 2. How about 3 and 4? Bottom feeding is going to work for Barr temporarily. He slides up beside him. Nice run into the corner. Is he going to slide him here? 2 to go. Not going to slide him. But he will try to hairpin, get the hairpin down, sort of like a diamond. But he's not running for Black Diamond Motorsports. White flag out for Aiden Beerline up front. Barr lost a lot of time this one around. Will Jimmy be able to make the time up? Benjamin Wirt might have something to say about it. Out of turn number 4. Aiden Beerline in the 13A. I think it might be an X, it might be an A. Aiden Beerline is going to win heat race number 2 over Alex Rzinski, who passed Tyler File. Then Michael Sheridan in 4th. Tyler Isley going to hold on to the 5th and final transfer. Jimmy Barr, Benjamin Wirt, and Ryan Broderick going to go to the B main. And let's bring the next group out. Representing Delaware from the pole with the invert. Car number 65 is going to be Chris Fritz. Starting second on his outside the 417 machine will be Zach Altoff. Starting third will be the AXS Rowdy Energy number 76 of Bryson Haw. And starting fourth, the fastest qualifier of this group, driving for Brent Marks Racing Sim Team, the owner of Jeremy Zarfos Photography. You wouldn't believe it, Jeremy Zarfos. William Hobart will go from 5th place to bring this one to us from Lewisberry. Ken Baum Jr. in the 22K out of Newville will go 6th. Andrew Lotz from Illinois in his second appearance of the week, 7th. And the Lebanon Pattern Shop car, unfortunately, is not on the racetrack for Brad Spittle, but darn tootin' wish it was. My high school mentor, I would say probably the most influential person in my development years that wasn't a family member, was Joe Wolfling, who owned the Lebanon Pattern Shop. I actually just got a text from him today for the first time in a while. He asked if I was going to the Million. I need to respond to that. Green flag is out, and we're racing. And what a lead by Chris Fritz. He jumped out ahead early. He said, I need to get space in between myself and Altoff. 7 cars on the track. Fritz, Altoff, Haw, Hobart, Zarfos, Baum, Lotz. That's the running order right now. We're watching the battle with Zarfos, Haw, and Hobart, and Ken Baum Jr. That's 3rd through 6th, and maybe even you can qualify Andrew Lotz in this mix. So those 4 guys are going for 3 transfer spots right now, and they're going to go 3 wide for them. Haw and Hobart up top of Zarfos here. Beautiful color on Zarfos' car. Chris Fritz just leading the way. Not really having any issues. We're getting close to halfway through this heat race. Hobart and Haw side by side into turn number 1. Zarfos going to slide in line. Ken Baum Jr. watching, waiting, analyzing the line, seeing what opportunities he has to make a pass, but he's losing time on them now. 3 wide out of the corner again, and Zarfos hits the inside wall. That gives Ken Baum Jr. maybe an open opportunity. Will the door open for the 22K? Does not look like it did, but he's going to get the run out of the corner, and Zarfos into the wall. A little bit of a block move there from the 19. Chris Fritz leads the way to the line here, 3 to go. Hobart now has caught Zach Altoff. That's a battle for second, and Haw is going to try to follow him through on the inside. Slider from Hobart pushes Altoff up top. off the top side of the racetrack for Althoff, and he is going to stay in second place for now. Whoa! Big cut and move by the Turn 2 Terribles car, number 13. Hawes going to lose a spot, maybe to Jeremy Zarfos as a result. Would put him in the final transfer position, and Ken Baum Jr. has not let up yet. Chris Fritz leading. White flag going to come out for him. Let's check in. It's all looking clean up here for the 65 car. Can't quite say the same for this madhouse. Althoff and Hobart have made a little bit of a separation between themselves in this big group, guys. That's 4 cars racing for 2 transfers. Final lap. This is going to do it. Chris Fritz going to come to the line, and he is going to win the heat race. Hobart maybe make a pass. Nope. Zach Althoff will hold on to second, excuse me. So goes Chris Fritz, Zach Althoff, William Hobart, Jeremy Zarfos, and Bryson Haw in heat race number 3. Final heat race of the night will start from the pole out of Thomasville in the 10N car, scored as the 28. He's third on this list, don't mind that. Jack Young, brother to Nicky, uncle to Cole, in the Brent Marks Racing Sim Team number 10N. Starting second will be the car from Bedford, another Brent Marks virtual team car. The number 31 High Performance Lubricants machine. Just today announced a partnership with DK Bumpers. We're going to try to shoehorn everybody out of the way and get to the front. Andrew May. Starting third will be the guy out of New Jersey in the number 76 car, Glenn's Hot Wings. Coors Banquet on the side, James Tenorelli, a.k.a. James Tortellini. Starting fourth, the fastest driver in this group in car number 90. For Black Diamond Motorsports with Ultimate Dirt TV and Tim Sims on it, Trevor Royer. ABR Setup Shops, Black Diamond Motorsports on the side of the number 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. He starts 5th, and 6th place is going to be Christopher Lynn, the Turn 2 Terribles, number 32, out of right here in Mechanicsburg. Mark Gebhardt will roll from the last position on the grid in car number 96. New paint for him tonight. Looks good. My race pass on the side. That's pretty cool. All right, Jack Young, you're in charge, bud. You call it. And he did. Green flag's out. 8 more laps of heat race action tonight. Get a nice view of everybody from back up on the top of the front straightaway grandstand. And Jack Young will lead the first lap. This is what it looks like to be there. How cool is that? And it's Young over now. Royer making a slider for Andrew May. And we've got a pass going on for the transfer spot. Christopher Lynn, this is his home soil. He wants to try to stay ahead of James Tenorelli right now. That is 5th and 6th place on your screen. Lynn goes up top. And Tenorelli goes down low. And to the middle now. And contact is made between them. And contact with Gebhardt as well. That'll space him out a bit as the halfway point has reached us. Jack Young leading the way pretty easily over Andrew May. Then Ernie Williams Jr., Trevor Royer. And that's the battle for 5th place. Still kind of close. Jump back up to your leader. Jack Young. Maxim Racing. Babs Paints on the side. Andrew May's got High Performance Lubricants. Jeremy Zarfos Photography. Babs Paints on it. Ernie Williams Jr. with ABR Setup Shop, Black Diamond, Tim Sims, Ultimate Dirt TV. That is a phenomenal looking race car. I love that. That just looks slick. Trevor Royer in car number 90, Ultimate Dirt TV and Tim Sims on this one as well. 4th place, Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos Photography. For the guy out of Mechanicsburg. He's also got the School of Sim Racing on that car. James Tenorelli behind him in the 76 Coors Banquet machine, and Mark Gebhardt pulling off the track. Said, I can't do this anymore. White flag has come out under the bridge for the final time. A battle for 3rd place may be going on between teammates at Black Diamond. Not going to go. Jack Young. Oh, what the heck is going on, Andrew May? Jack Young's going to win the heat race over Andrew May, who both got the last corner wrong. Ernie Williams Jr., Trevor Royer, Christopher Lynn. That's the transfers. James Tenorelli and Mark Gebhardt will be sent to the B main, which will come up literally right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. All right. So, on behalf of B-Blaze Vintage, who started, I think, every B main, well, actually, he got into the A main one time, so. But the B-Blaze Vintage B main will look like this to start him off. Starting from the pole. Why do we do this? Dakota Kuhn in the number 95 water treatment by design alloy wheel repair State Farm insurance car. Leading Jimmy Barr on his outside. The turn 2 terribles. Jeremy Zarfos photography. Jim Barr guttering car from Danville. Driving off in P4, as we saw, Coors Banquet, Glenn's Hot Wings. That is the driver from New Jersey, James Tenorelli. Then Joseph Grandy, who I don't believe had much time on the track at all, if any, in his heat race. He will go from 5th if he decides to show up. Benjamin Wirt will go from 6th. Andrew Lotz, 7th. Mark Gebhardt will go from 8th. He pulled off the racetrack on his 4th heat race there. Dylan Miranda will go from 9th. And 10th will be Ryan Broderick. Don't know if we expect Brad Spittle to get out onto the racetrack. We're missing 2. So we're scored to have 11. We've only got 9, and we're taking 4 from this group to the A main 30 laps. This is a 12-lap race. And what better way to get ready for an A main than to watch a B main? If they finished in the same positions they started, it would go Kuhn, Barr, Baum, and Tenorelli getting the transfers, but I wouldn't count out the number 14 car quite yet, and Joseph Grandy might have something to say about it too. Green flag comes out, 12 laps to go through the B main. Holy balls. Gebhardt sent it in there. Dakota Kuhn will lead the first lap. Ken Baum Jr. makes a pass for second. He's not quite done battling for it. Jimmy Barr trying to make noise up top. Tenorelli and Grandy are fighting. That is the transfer battle. Tenorelli going to try to slide up to the top. He at least goes to the high middle. Got one in the wall back there. That's Ryan Broderick. Still your battle right there. You've got Barr and Baum beside each other, but that's for third and second. Those are 2 transfer positions. That's why we're sticking with Tenorelli and Grandy right here. Benjamin Wirt is not out of the picture yet. And actually making up time on these 2. Ooh, big time hit for Benjamin Wirt there. As I said it, probably jinxed him. Kuhn leading still. 8 laps to go at the line. Jimmy Barr still having a little bit of a connection issue. Ken Baum Jr. trying to avoid calamity here at the stripe that time. Grandy had the final transfer. Tenorelli's right there, though. And so is Benjamin Wirt. Put on a show for us, guys. Check in with Kuhn. Why don't we check a nice, let's try a chopper cam. Oh, yeah, we love that. There is Kuhn leading over Jimmy Barr, right behind him there. Not sure why we have two choppers at Williams Grove. We hardly ever have a drone. And into the wall again for Benjamin Wirt. Man, he is using that track up, isn't he? Halfway done with the B main. We're all on the top side of the racetrack, except Wirt now trying to look down low. He is fighting with Grandy for that final transfer spot. Tenorelli's fallen back a little bit. The 4 cars up top there are the 4 transfers as it stands. Jimmy Barr looking at a run maybe? No. Kuhn leading still. Good run through 1 and 2, down to 3 and 4. 3 laps to go at the line. This has been good racing. Maybe not the single most exciting action of the night. Well, actually, it might be. It's been pretty good. Benjamin Wirt making the DeWeese line work, maybe? Yes. We got a new driver inside the top 4, at least for the moment. Benjamin Wirt has it in there. Joseph Grandy going to fall back 1 spot. Got a Zemco tribute scheme on it. Jimmy Barr has gotten around Dakota Kuhn. Ken Baum Jr. trying to be the second to do so. That's just 1 spot closer to the front that you start, which it gives you a little security now, might give you a little bit better opportunity later, although this track is very narrow, so the work's cut out for anybody running from the back end of the field. White flag out on the track. Jimmy Barr leads. He goes top. Kuhn going to try to slide for second to first. Oh, look out for Gebhardt. Jimmy Barr is going to win the B main over Dakota Kuhn in a nice little battle to the end. Ken Baum Jr. and Benjamin Wirt holds on to the final transfer. Joseph Grandy, James Tenorelli, Mark Gebhardt, Andrew Lotz, Ryan Broderick, they're all going to be going to the trailer now. Unfortunately, their nights are done. Tough break. And there's another look at Mr. Broderick. I guess Mr. Broderick's his dad. That was good driving. All right, skipping over. We have a warm-up period. They're going to buzz the track, and then we will get ready for the feature race. We're going to step aside very quickly. I need to get just a few things ready to go 30 laps here, so I'll turn on the tunage quickly. We'll be right back. I'll leave you on with the cars. I'll just give you pure car sound. They're going to talk it over in timing and scoring, the officials, and then they will set them loose for a little bit of hot laps. Joe Donahue here. We got 14 of you guys watching. Love having you guys here with us. We are very excited to bring you this A-Main. This racetrack's very special to me, so my dad and I go there. Yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, we're all set up. Warm-up session. We're not going to wait on it this whole time, but we should get some information about when they're going to go out on the track, and that will be then bringing us one step closer to the 30-lap main. Cars are rolling on the pit lane, so maybe we'll get to see him come out now. There's Nathan Davis leading Kenny Hoffman, Chris Fritz, Mason Hannigan, and Alex Straczynski just made contact on the pit lane. And Straczynski gets into Bryson Haw, too. Sensational. All right, warm-up time. Keep the cars hot, get the track worked in a little bit more. I think that's Hoffman getting into the inside wall there. Let's check in. A little further back, here's Christopher Lynn. Sensational-looking number 32 car. He made his home race. Look at that. Right around the outside of Zach Althoff. They're buzzing the track. Here's Tyler Isley in the 17. He's got Ken Baum Jr. there to his inside. Whoa, look out. And contact. And Dakota Kuhn is into that car. Mason Hannigan puts up the top time. Christopher Lynn had the second for a moment. Now it's Trevor Royer. Going to be watching a bunch of lap times go up on the board here. Ryan Scheidt jumps to P3 with the warm-up lap times. Hobart up to 5th. Ernie Williams Jr., who is quite good. He was in 4th for a second, but Straczynski put him one spot back. We got Tyler File flipping. We got Aiden Beerline out there. First time out with us. And I think they've called it because everybody's bringing them in now. Somebody hitting the guardrail on their way in. Jeremy Zarfos. He said, nah, I'm official. I'm Jeremy Zarfos. I don't need to listen to you. It's kind of like the thing, like when I always go to the Indy 500 and talk to my dad and I talk about, like, you go to the 500, there's 33 cars on the track. You go to a sprint car race, most of the time there's a group of cars out on track. It's different. It's not super uncommon, but it's different, and it's nice to have one car at a time. And that's one of the reasons I personally love time trials so much. I think we've got two groups. Michael Sheridan doing something down in here. And he's back out on it. There's a bunch of guys who did not put up lap times in that group, so I'm thinking we're going to have another group here. Someone's out there. Or at least turning it up. Do I take song requests? I don't take song requests that are going to get copyright strikes on the videos, because if I put a song that is copywritten in this live stream, the video won't re-upload. It's like some rule that YouTube has. It just won't re-upload. And if that happens, we lose the broadcast. And part of the value of this broadcast is to be able to share it with the drivers so they can come back and watch it. So we are not going to take any song requests unless it's non-copywritten. But it's a little late for that anyway. It is time to get ready for 30 laps around Williams Grove Speedway. I mean, if you have your own song, Bobby, you can send it in. Maybe we'll use it tomorrow night for the pre-stream. Let's look at the starting grid. We're just going to assume this is the starting grid. Last time out, it worked. Race 3, it worked. They didn't invert anybody. They probably will invert tonight, but we're just going to go with it from here. So, on the pole from timing and scoring is the Ultimate Dirt TV number 10 for Black Diamond Motorsports, Ryan Scheidt. Starting to his outside in the ABR Setup Shops car, Aiden Beerline, the 13A. Starting in third on the grid from Delaware is going to be Chris Fritzen to his outside from Thomasville, Pennsylvania. Babs Paints, Maxim Chassis, the Brent Marks Racing Sim Team 10, and Jack Young. Starting fifth, a first and a second to his name, NetTaxi.com, Black Diamond Motorsports number 1X from Pittsboro, Indiana's Mason Hannigan. Alex Szerzynski will roll off from sixth place on the grid. He's for Black Diamond Motorsports as well. Rolling off seventh, going to be Zach Althoff in car number 417 with NOS Energy on the side. Andrew May will start eighth to his outside. Then it's Kenny Hoffman and Tyler File in row number 5, File out of Allentown. Then we got William Hobart and Ernie Williams Jr. in row 6. Row 7's got the Hoosier Nathan Davis alongside Michael Sheridan. And then in row 8, it's Jeremy Zarfos from Windsor alongside Trevor Royer in the 90 car. Starting in 17th place, the 72 Turn 2 Terribles, Jeremy Zarfos photography car, David Smeal Jr., and Tyler Isley will start from 18th in the 17. He's out of Ohio. Bryson Haw, the AXS Rowdy Energy number 76 car, will go from 19th, and Christopher Lynn will go from 20th. 21st on the order, the first B-main transfer, the winner, the Turn 2 Terribles, Jim Barr Machine. That's Jimmy Barr. Wonder if that's his dad or if that's him. Dakota Kuhn, the Water Treatment by Design number 95, will come to us in 22nd. 23rd goes to Ken Baum Jr., the 22K First Watch Machine. And rounding out the grid, Mobil 1 and Napa on the side of the 14 car representing Pennsylvania on home soil, Benjamin Wirt. So, with the invert and the redraw, he goes all the way up from 15th. Jeremy Zarfos is the pole sitter with Chris Fritz to his outside, then Scheidt and Szerzynski, Hannigan and Beerline, Young and Royer. The rest of them lined up as so, 30 laps, green flags out, and we're racing. Let's get it at Williams Grove. It's showtime. Zarfos led him through turns 1 and 2. Plenty of pressure from Scheidt and Fritz into turns 3 and 4. Will Scheidt and Hannigan now. Hannigan goes way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Tried a 2-for-1. It didn't work. And Ryan Scheidt, ooh, we got a yellow flag out. Yellow flag on the racetrack. And who is it? I can't do anything until it fixes the running order. I think Kenny Hoffman is involved in this. He is. First time tonight. We're going to pull a replay out. Let's see what happens. Ooh, Kuhn's going to get a piece of this. Let's follow it from turn 2 here. All right. Down the back chute. Everybody's just trying to stay off of each other. We're watching Hoffman dive into the corner. Althoff broke a bit earlier. He keeps under control. Hoffman just slides around. And then Kuhn, nowhere to go. Can't react quick enough. Feeds him a right rear. And into the side of Hoffman. Tough break for the 95 car. Here he is. Let's get on board with him. No, that's not him. No. There he is. Yeah, and he bent the rear end out of that one pretty bad. That might be the end of the night already for Dakota Kuhn, unfortunately. Let's go live. He is in the pits. I don't have expectations of him getting back out on the track. So Hoffman and Kuhn are going to call it early. We're down to 22 cars already, and we didn't even get a full lap in. Jeremy Zarfos is going to be the leader. Chris Fritz in second. Ryan Scheidt third. Alex Strzezinski fourth. And Mason Hannigan is in fifth. And we just get to chill here. I think pace truck lights are out. We should be going green this time. Let's get back after it, boys. We've been doing pretty good on timing, getting these races over with, getting out of the door at a reasonable time, get everybody packed up and ready to go to work tomorrow. And Zarfos going to be in control back to the stripe. Let's get going again, guys. Let's do it this time. So the top 3 on the top of your screen there, you can see Zarfos was 15th for a second. It is going to take the time. It's taking their position the last time they crossed the stripe and showing it up top. The white is where you'll see the real-time running order. Fritz trying to make a run for the lead. Zarfos barely holding on to it there. Scheidt third, looking for a little more. 3 wide for the lead down the back straight. 3 wide under the bridge, contact made. Fritz and Scheidt. We got a slew of cars here. I see Royer, I see Beerline, I see Young, I see Hannigan, I see Strzezinski making ground up. Chris Fritz kind of moved up the racetrack a little bit to keep the 23 car behind him. Scheidt running way down low. Zarfos, I almost said Zerfos, running up top. Fritz trying to go wherever he can. Scheidt with a slide from bottom to middle. Hannigan goes bottom the whole way around, and he might get a run at him. 3 wide to the line. Black Diamond Motorsports looking good right here. Brent Marks Racing Sim Team is in front, though. Zarfos leads the way down the backstretch. Oh, here comes Hannigan. Don't want to leave this battle up front. The battles are going on all over the racetrack, but we've got a big one going on up at the front. Scheidt and Hannigan making things interesting for second. Zarfos leads the way. And from the spectator view, Strzezinski all the way to the top of the racetrack. Now it's time to start conserving those tires a little bit. I want to hold on to some grip for the end of the race. Wonder if Zarfos is using up those tires or if he is doing the right thing up there, trying to keep it cool. Man, he backed it up going into turn 3, and then 4 he runs it off. But Ryan Scheidt actually takes the lead at the line that time. And Scheidt's going to take over. Aiden Beerline in the mix and very quickly drops from 3rd to 5th. 3 wide. Big send from Strzezinski. Took a chance on a move that Brent Marks made at Hagerstown in the actual Speedweek, and it worked. Hannigan looking to the outside of Scheidt. Hannigan not going to get the run. Scheit's going to hold on to it. Beerline is there. Strzezinski is there. Zarfos falls back a few spots. Jack Young right there. Trevor Royer is in that mix as well. He's battling things up for 7th and 6th place, actually. Here's Royer now making moves on the top side of the racetrack. Will he get 5th? Will he get into the top 5 and get around Beerline? He's got Zarfos right in front of him. Zarfos looks to be a little bit slower than these guys at this point. A third of the way into the feature. 10 laps down. Check a little further back. We got a nice battle going on here. Tyler Isley, boy howdy, that car was sideways. Ken Baum Jr., Christopher Lynn, they're making things interesting at the back end of this one. Bryson Haw getting comfortable with the outside wall of turn number 2. Lynn slides and tries to block 2 lanes at once. Let's go back up front. Just want to check in as the battles still go on. Hannigan has taken over the race lead, though. Dakota Kuhn is on the racetrack. He is on the lead lap. He very quickly is looking like he won't be. Just got to stay low here. Hannigan stays high to avoid that. Contact with Scheidt and Strzezinski. We've talked to Scheidt before. He's had a podium. Will he get another one tonight? Trevor Royer, hello, number 90 car. All of a sudden, Royer's a part of this mess. Strzezinski goes to the high side. Scheidt down low. Zarfos holding on to, what, 6th place there. Beerline holding on to the top 5. Jack Young's trying to hustle him a little bit. And look who's lurking. Ernie Williams Jr. in the yellow and purple car, number 91. A purple number 91. That's a shade out of David Land right there. And William Hobart's in the top 10. That's something he's been fairly good at so far this speed week. Halfway through for Mason Hannigan, and he has no challenge from anybody around him. He won at Lincoln. He got 2nd last time out at USA. This is a half-mile facility. It looks pretty big, though. We'll wait and see if lap traffic becomes a part of this. Trevor Royer might have used that car up getting into the fight here, but he is definitely still fast. Now into the top 3. Royer arguably should have won the first race of the week, but unfortunately, a little bit of back marker trouble did him in. A lot of Black Diamond Motorsports going on right here. Top 4 are all those cars. I don't know, is Beerline a part of that? I don't think Beerline is a part of that. Whoa, look out low. Beerline is there. Trevor Royer, Alex Strzezinski, and Ryan Scheidt, they battle 2nd through 4th with 5th place Aiden Beerline all over him. Now he's a part of the picture. Coming up on 10 to go. Just wanted to check in on our main man, Mason Hannigan. He is leading the way with no contention. This is where the real battle is. This is where the real excitement is. We all got around Dakota Kuhn, lapped car there. I would hold out on Ernie Williams Jr. We're running out of time, but he's up into 7th. See what happens here. Trevor Royer makes a slider. 2-for-1 yellow flags out on the racetrack. Yellow flag for Bryson Haw. I think that's who this is for. Let's try a replay. Yes, it will be for Haw. Into the topside wall there. Does he bust the front end out of it? Is that what happened? Oh, Bryson clipped. He clipped where the wall comes back on. That's the entrance of the outside pit area, which iRacing does not use. But that wall is there, and I've done that before myself. Bryson Haw brings out a yellow just by being a couple inches to the right of where he should have been underneath the bridge. And he made pretty good contact with the wall. That'll definitely knock a rear end out of the car. So tough break puts the 76 in the trailer for the rest of the evening. So NetTaxi.com and Black Diamond Motorsports lead the way out of Indiana. Mason Hannigan, Ryan Scheidt, Ultimate Dirt TV, and Tim Sims for Black Diamond Motorsports as well. Running 2nd. 3rd place is Trevor Royer, Ultimate Dirt TV, and Tim Sims for Black Diamond Motorsports. And then behind those two, Alex Straczynski for, you guessed it, Black Diamond Motorsports. Waiting for everybody to come through so we can jump over to the 23 car. Timing and scoring be goofy. He's got velocity something on it. Tim Sims. We're going back to green here. All right, we're about under 10 to go. Mason Hannigan leads us back to the green. Will he open up the gap he had before? Let's find out. Green's back. Hannigan, Scheidt, Royer. Royer's got trouble. Beerline, Zarfos. Ernie Williams Jr. needed that yellow to get in contention here. Look at the run he got through 3 and 4. And Ernie Williams Jr., just like that, he was at least momentarily in the top 5. 2 ABR setup shop cars beside each other. And it looks like the student has become the master. Zarfo's trying to hold on to whatever he can. Straczynski's up into the wall hard. Ernie Williams Jr., now Black Diamond Motorsports, runs 1 through 5. First through 5th place, they're all the same team. Ooh, we've got stuff going on back here. Yellow flag's out. Is it Isley? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait a second. I want to wait and see who gets the EOL penalty here. It might have something to do with Hobart because he was up a bit further. Let's try Hobart. Let's try a replay here. Yes! Zarfos puts Hobart in the wall. My man got Z'd. That's just a clean cut from Zarfos. Let's try another camera angle. One more time. Zarfos goes to the bottom. I mean, how do you not know that car is there? Come on, Jeremy. What are we doing? Busting chops tonight. We chose violence tonight. But Hobart, unfortunately... Ooh, contact with Wirt and Althoff here as well. But Hobart, to no fault of his own, got some damage there. He's going to keep running it out. Not too much time left in this race. About the same amount of time left here as we had... Was that last night? It was either last night or 2 nights ago that we came to the line with 6 to go. After a restart, and tonight we'll do the same. So Mason Hannigan leads. Scheidt, Royer, Straczynski, Williams, Zarfos, Beerline, Young, Fritz, File, and the top 10 is rounded out there ahead of Smeal, Sheridan, and Davis. Battles going on all over the place. Zarfos staying in the picture. Ernie Williams Jr. to the middle of the racetrack gets around Straczynski. Zarfos trying to make it 2 for 1. He had it temporarily. He loses it, though. And Ernie Williams Jr. into 4th place. 5 to go. 4 at the line. Royer and Scheidt in front of him. Mason Hannigan. You're using magic tires here. Must be, because he is controlling that car so well. He has had such a big lead this whole time. Mason Hannigan making it go smooth. As smooth as what? As smooth as silk, as smooth as butter, whatever you want to call it. 3 to go for the 1X car. You know, there's that movie, A League of Their Own. It's about women playing baseball during World War II. If you were going to represent the title of that movie with a performance in a virtual dirt racing setting, I think Mason Hannigan has done so tonight. A lap and a half left. We should check in to see if anything interesting is going on. There's a little bit of a battle going on for second between Royer and Scheidt. Ernie Williams Jr. is right in the mix of this. But to the line, the white flag comes out for Mason Hannigan. 1 lap to go. Side by side for second, Royer and Scheidt. Royer's going to get the run off the top side, but as he goes through turns 3 and 4, their teammate is going to have no issue. A sensational performance for Mason Hannigan. He wins the second race of the week. Ryan Scheit's going to hold on to second, and Trevor Royer will make it to third. Zarfo snuck back in for a top 5 there. And as they all come through, race number 4 completed. Fireworks going off for Mason Hannigan, race fans. Let's hear it for Mason. He will come down the front chute and pull into victory lane. Tyson Fence victory lane these days, but Mason in the 1X nettaxi.com car. We're going to give these guys a second. We have them set to come up and do interviews with us. We'll wait for everybody to jump in and pause. So we've got this guy to come first, Mason Hannigan. 3 Black Diamond Motorsports cars in the top spots. And I think Mason's getting out of the car. Ryan's getting out of the car. Trevor Royer going to get out of the car. Bring them in here. But why don't we start them off as they're coming out, getting unsettled, or settled, I guess I should say. We'll bring Mason Hannigan in. Mason, this is Joe Donahue in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mason, that was a league of their own. Definitely the class of the field tonight, my friend.
Yeah, we feel good right from the get-go. During hot laps, I kind of just found the line early, late in hot laps, the last lap, and just kind of got a hold of the bottom, and, I figured it'd be in for qualifying, and sure enough, ran it and got a good lap down, was able to secure fast time, and, when you go fast time, it just kind of helps you relax to the heat race, and you don't have to win the heat to get to the redraw, so, it was good, ran good in the heat, and just got to the feature and knew I just needed to make a few adjustments, not many, but I felt good really all night, and I think I'm getting a better grip of this update and just starting to figure out what I need throughout the night.
Oh, brother, if you can figure out this update, I commend you, my man. Tell me about the tire management tonight, because we talked last night a lot, especially with your teammate, about managing the right rear, trying to keep gripping it to the end of the night so you had some ability to run, but you ran the high side, but you kept that tire on the whole time. You were pulling gaps even at the very end of this one. Talk a little bit about, were you keeping control of that tire? How were you doing that, just managing your car to the end of the race?
Yeah, really, just, like the other night there at USA, we were just kind of like really ripping it hard. And I think tonight I just, just enter straighter and you just keep the wheel spin down. And I feel like that's what I did. I feel like I did a good job of that, getting through 1 and 2. And I could get through 1 and 2 really good. I can't remember who showed me the top through 1 and 2. I think it may have been Alec and Straczynski, and I just knew. I kept slipping to the bottom 1 and 2, and honestly, I figured it would hurt me more when I slipped to the bottom 1 and 2, and then I could just rip the top, like 3/4 throttle. So once I was able to move up, I felt speed, and I felt a lot better. And 3 and 4, even after the heat race, I figured it'd be in all night, and it really was, except for about 5 to go there. It was just really small, and I feel like there could have been a better line, but there. Probably, who knows? But no, we felt good all night, and definitely some good notes. Get used to the update and get used to it for before Pro Series coming up in a couple months.
Yeah, that is on the way in for you guys, and you mentioned a better line maybe. I don't know. The line you had was pretty good, my man. I want to talk about Black Diamond Motorsports, because I think you guys just swept the podium again. Tell me about what that takes for that team to be so successful, that group of you guys running with that logo up on the top wing.
Yeah, we bond and work as a team really good, and we got some guys that know some good stuff about the game. They've been on it for a long time, and I think we're all getting back into the rhythm of it. We all took a break as a group, except probably me, of racing for a little while, and I just kept into it and just kept racing, and I taught myself a lot, and they taught me the most out of any team I've been on. 3 teams I've been on, they taught me the most, and very thankful to them. I've been with them for 3 years now, and we just work so solid as a team together. I think I think we'll be good coming up. Hopefully we can get most of us in the Pro Series and work together. Ever since this update, everybody's kind of really been wanting to get back into it, and it's really good to have everybody back, and as a team, it's fun, and we all have a good time.
Absolutely. That's the best part of this game and the simulator, is to bring people like that together. And to do that now, you get to celebrate with everybody. Who do you have to thank and shout out here on the broadcast, Mason, for yet another stellar performance with this 1X team?
Yeah, I can't thank all the boys at PA Posse. This league's a blast. Ever since I joined it, man, it's been fun to run all the Eastern PA tracks and be a part of Williams Grove and win the National Open. And I'm hoping to pick up a speed week. I'd love to do that. So we still got a couple of nights left. I think two nights left, and we'll see where we sit after tonight. But missing the first race kind of hurt us. But yeah, I can't thank all them guys enough. I can't thank you for broadcasting it, and gotta thank everybody at Black Diamond. Boys are great to great to race with, and just have a blast with them week in, week out. So I can't thank them, UDTV, Velocity Race Designs, Tim Sims, and yeah, it's been fun, and we'll come back tomorrow, and hopefully we're in the same spot we were tonight.
Well, it's what we like to hear, Mason. Congratulations again from everybody here. We appreciate having you guys out to run it, and maybe tomorrow night we'll talk to you again from the top step. Who knows?
Hopefully. Thank you.
Yep, and that is Mason Hannigan. Winner tonight, car number 1X. He gets his second in 3 starts with the PA Speedweek here and keeps the podium streak alive. Guy who started off with a podium this Speedweek and finally back up here. We're going to get to talk to him again. Ryan Scheit, this is Joe Donahue in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
All right, Ryan. Well, P2 for you tonight. Your buddy Mason, your teammate, was, I think it's fair to say, untouchable, and that might be an understatement, but you had a hell of a battle going on with the rest of your crew for Black Diamond there.
Yeah, all of us were really fast. Unfortunately for Alex, something happened there late that dropped him back, and then Nate had some struggles all night. So, but yeah, 1 through 4 for Black Diamond. The cars are feeling really good and easy to handle with a lot of dig, so that's good.
That's what we like to hear. Talk about your night here. It's kind of I wouldn't say a rebound from a bad night, but you started out with a podium to start at Cedar Lake, and we haven't seen you up here in a while. So, Tyler Schell was a part of this, and Szerzynski got on the podium the last 2 races as well. But talk about what this maybe means for you getting back onto the podium tonight, having an opportunity to get a good race car underneath you like that and put up some good points for this championship.
Yeah, the championship really isn't too big of a deal. I'm just trying to learn the new build like everybody else. And so, like you had mentioned, the last 2 nights that we ran, I didn't feel good in the features at all. If you can't drive the car the way you want to drive it, you just kind of get left out to hang, basically. So tonight, did some different things, got some tips and help from all the guys at Black Diamond, and the car felt really good. I just did not have the straightaway speed that Mason had. He was, like you mentioned, kind of untouchable for tonight.
Yes, that might be, like I said, might be an understatement there. But you had a good race to the end there. Talk a little bit about that late race restart and your battle with your teammate Trevor Royer, because you guys were pretty much the interesting part of the end of the race with how far ahead Mason was.
Yeah, I know Trevor loves the top, and I was just trying to find – the bottom wasn't really that great, so I was just trying to find something or anything in the middle that I could basically rotate my car into. And unfortunately, I've already apologized to him, but they're going down the backstretch on that last lap. I thought I was clear to come up. I saw his card, my monitor, and I tagged him a little and made him get into the wall. So I think he was definitely the second-place car tonight, and I was third. It's fun battling side by side with people that you can trust and have a lot of respect with. It makes fun racing.
That's a very important part of this, is to have some trust and faith in the cars you're racing against. It makes it way better and made the racing way better tonight. We thoroughly enjoyed putting it on, and everybody enjoyed watching it. So for you, second place tonight, really good, Ryan. Congratulations on the run. Who do you want to thank and shout out on the broadcast for everything that's gone into this event tonight?
Absolutely. All the guys at Black Diamond, Tim Nichols with Tim Sims, Ross with Velocity Designs, Nate at Totally Tinted, Zach with Rounds, Wraps, and Tints, Brett with UDTV, you for broadcasting this thing. It's been awesome watching them and then rewatching them, and PA Posse for putting this deal on. Absolutely,
Ryan. Well, once again, congratulations. Second place tonight's pretty good considering how far off the 1X was, and maybe top step tomorrow night. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Thank you.
That is Ryan Scheit out of second place for Black Diamond, and the final Black Diamond driver we're going to get to talk to tonight. First time on a podium, Mr. Trevor Royer. Joe Donahue here. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
All right, Trevor. Congratulations on a P3 run tonight. Talk a little bit about the end of your race there. I know you and Ryan were getting into things at the very end of it. Kept it exciting because Mason was pretty much gone from there.
Yeah, drew an 8 for my redraw. I actually made the redraw, which I was bummed I missed it yesterday because I felt like I had a pretty good car for USA, but I was able to make the redraw, and then I drew an 8 anyway, and that definitely didn't make my life any easier, but was able to get up to third there and briefly second place. I know I went back and watched it. Me and Ryan are teammates. I know he wouldn't intentionally do that. It's just hard racing coming to the line. I was able to get it off the wall and bring it home third, so can't complain about that. Me and him were having a good race up until that point, though. Putting on a show, I'm sure. Top was pretty fun to drive around that place tonight.
Yeah, the top looked like it had its moments of dominance tonight, and moving around the racetrack wasn't something some of you guys did as much as others, but in general, it wasn't super common tonight. I want to ask about you on the personal side, kind of as a rebound tonight. Now, the first race that we had at Cedar Lake, arguably you could have been the winner. You had a really great car and got caught up in some stuff, and things haven't quite worked your way the last two nights we've had, and tonight they seemed like they fell back in line a little bit with you. Do you agree with that? Do you think you made any luck for yourself tonight, or do you think the cars kind of fell back the way they were supposed to?
Yeah, Cedar Lake was a bummer. That pretty much killed my chances of winning Speedweek there because some of these guys are just so consistent, especially Mason. If he runs the rest of the week, like that race hurt me so bad. He missed that race and is still ahead of me in points. But to answer your question, the past two nights at USA and at Lincoln, I finished top 10, I think 7th at Lincoln and 6th last night. I kind of fell back at the end. My tires were not cooperating with me, but definitely felt a lot better tonight. Felt like I could be aggressive and just felt like I had a little more pace than the guys in front of me until I got up to third. But yeah, definitely a rebound night for me. Looking forward to the next two nights, see if we can maybe steal one of these.
And tell me about the affiliation for Black Diamond. Tell me about what that means to you, putting together a good car to bring out to the racetrack each night here.
It's huge. Everyone on our team, I think we finished 1, 2, 3, 4. But I promise you, all three of us were making different adjustments on our setups to fit how we wanted the car to feel. Obviously, Mason did the best job of that because he took off from everybody. But working with these guys, like brainstorming over setups, trying to find what's fast and what isn't fast is it's huge. And I think our results show our abilities at doing that.
Well, I would agree with that. 1, 2, 3, 4 tonight, and I think 1, 2, 3 last night, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 last night too. But who else do you have to thank and shout out here on the broadcast, Trevor, for a nice solid P3 tonight?
I want to thank my team, Black Diamond Motorsports, obviously, Ultimate Dirt TV, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Jimmy Barr, PA Posse, George Wood, everyone that's involved in putting this PA Speedweek on and just the whole season in general. You, Joe, for putting on the broadcast. I went back and watched a couple of them. You do a very good job. You're very well spoken. So it's definitely awesome to watch the races back and hear you commentating over them. So, and everybody watching, hope we put on a good show for you guys.
Oh, well, you're inflating my ego a little bit, my man. Congratulations tonight. We appreciate that, and I know Jimmy and George are really appreciating that too. They put a lot of work into this, so it's good that the drivers appreciate it as much as the rest of us. But congratulations again on a P3, and now I'm a little hyped up on my ego here, hoping that we're gonna maybe we'll get to talk to you again tomorrow night, and you can tell me more things I'm doing good.
I appreciate it, Joe.
Yep. Congratulations again, Trevor.
Thanks.
And that is the top 3 from Williams Grove: Mason Hannigan, Ryan Scheidt, Trevor Royer, all Black Diamond Motorsports, and 4th place was as well. So Hannigan, Scheidt, Royer. Ernie Williams from Ohio, also with Black Diamond Motorsports, ends up P4. Jeremy Zarfos somehow holds on to a top 5. Well, it's because, as they mentioned, the other teammate to Black Diamond fell back a little bit with some trouble at the end of this one. Aiden Bierlein in his debut tonight for the PA Posse Virtual Speedweek. He ends up 6th over Jack Young in 7th. Another great, consistent run for the guy who came into tonight 2nd in points. I don't really think he's going to be 2nd in points anymore, but at least should be still around 3rd or 4th. Tyler File, another top 10 for him. Kind of a quiet but consistent kind of guy. And he's 8th in front of Alex Rzinski, who had some trouble at the end of this one. Could have maybe been in the top 5, but he falls to 9th. David Smeal Jr. ends up in P10 in the 72 car. And then 11th place is Nathan Davis in the 36 machine, so he doesn't even get inside the top 10. That's not going to help him with the championship standings. Ken Baum Jr. fights his way all the way up into 12th place. Solid run for him. Andrew May, P13 at the end of it. And Christopher Lynn, 14th in the Turn 2 Terribles car. Zach Althoff will end up 15th in the 417. Not a bad return for him. Chris Fritz, 16th is a little low for Chris, honestly. That's not a stellar performance compared to what we're maybe used to seeing out of the 65 car. Jimmy Barr, 17th, had to come from the B. 18th, Benjamin Wirt, also had to come from the B. Michael Sheridan, 19th tonight. Not the best night for him. And William Hobart, P20, after running into the backstretch wall right where the entrance from the backstretch pit area is on the track. Tyler Isley ends up P21 at the tail end of the lead lap. He was on the lead lap at the end of it by timing and scoring statement. Bryson Haw ends up he was actually the one who hit the wall on the backstretch, my apologies, but he ends up P22, 11 laps behind him. Dakota Kuhn had trouble tonight. He parked it early, 23rd, and Kenny Hoffman basically right away had to park it, and he ends up P24. So that's the end of the 4th race of the Virtual PA Speedweek from Williams Grove. It was Tyler Schell, and then Mason Hannigan, and then Tyler Schell, and tonight is Mason Hannigan again. We'll have to come back tomorrow night to see who can maybe break that streak, or if Hannigan can repeat it. Will Ryan Scheidt get there? Will Ernie Williams finally have a good starting position in the feature? There's only one way to find out, and that will be to tune in tomorrow night. So remember, you can subscribe to the channel. You can hit the bell icon notification to get a notification when we go live for that race. 7:30 is the call time for the start of the broadcast tomorrow, so that would be the time to show up, or a little bit after if you want to miss the warm-up and the intros. I respect that. We want to thank B-Blaze Vintage, Matt Faust on YouTube, 47 Technology for being partners of the broadcast. We want to thank Jeremy Zarfos Photography, the Pennsylvania Posse iRacing Series, the virtual group. We want to thank Turn 2 Terribles. We want to thank Jimmy and George for putting the show on, especially Jimmy for recruiting a broadcaster for this stuff. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to represent all of this show with the virtual, with the streams, so you can virtually watch what these guys do every night. Tomorrow is Lincoln for the 2nd time this week, so we've been there. Mason Hannigan won there. Hopefully, we'll see if it's as good of a fight to the finish as it was the first time. And that's about it. So on behalf of the Virtual PA Posse group and everybody here with the Virtual Speedweek, I'm Joe Donahue. Thank you for watching. We will see you all tomorrow night.